Imagine everything going well in your self-improvement journey. You've been exercising consistently, you've been meditating and journaling and making so much progress. Girls are holding eye contact with you, you feel awesome, and then you relapse. Back to day zero of no fat. Or maybe you get sick and you miss a week from the gym eating junk food. Jeffrey will criticize you for this. He'll insult you. He'll call you weak. He'll say that self-improvement's not even working for you. But Adonis will tell you that all of this is still part of the journey. I spoke to a guy on my Discord server. We both went into like a video call together. My Discord server is linked in the description. Sometimes I just go into like the random video calls and everyone's, oh my god, Hamza's here. Quick everyone, delay gratification. But this one time I went into like the one-on-one section and this guy joins and he's like, oh my god, Hamza. And then he told me his self-improvement journey, that he's a student and he was doing really well. He was making progress up until he got sick. He got COVID about a week and a half ago. And he feels that not only has he backtracked, he's actually went off self-improvement. So the question he specifically asked me was, how do I get back onto self-improvement? And I thought about it for a second. And what I said to him, I wrote it down because I knew that I would make a video about this because I'm sure that there's someone else who has experienced the same thing. I said to him that you're on it. You never got off it. Self-improvement, this thing of improving yourself, of wanting to be more healthy, wanting to be more productive, wanting to be stronger. It's for life. We want these things for life. We want to be mentally, physically healthy for life. We want to be present and grateful and strong and athletic and aesthetic for life. Because life is so long term. That means, of course, there's going to be like ebbs and flows. Of course, there's going to be periods where you're so ultra productive, you're doing so well, so consistent, checking off every habit in your tracker. And of course, there has to be periods where you're not doing so well, where you're missing a bunch of habits from the habit tracker, where you're staying up late and maybe you started watching porn again for like some random week. Maybe you started playing video games. Maybe you started going out and partying more. Of course, there has to be ups and downs. That's life. So what I said to this guy is that we have to reframe your mind. You think that you were on self-improvement and then you went off it. But the truth is that when you start self-improving, you make progress and you have that amazing feeling that, oh, like progress is actually something that I can achieve. I can actually improve my life. Your brain is like turned on forever. You always have the awareness of self-improvement then, of building your dream body, of meditating, becoming more mentally focused. That doesn't go away. So we need to reframe your mind, because if you've had one of these periods, or you're in one right now, where you feel like, okay, I'm not on self-improvement, I really want to get back on it, but it's kind of hard to like start the ball rolling again. You have to reframe your mind. You have to change your mentality and think like, nope, I am someone who's on self-improvement for the rest of my life. I am the guy who meditates for the rest of my life. I am the guy who consistently goes to the gym for the rest of my life. And of course, the athlete who goes to the gym for all of his life, that guy's still gonna have a month off randomly, isn't he? He's still, of course, gonna have a week off when he's sick at some point in his life. That's what we're going through. I have to take responsibility for this because I come onto camera, I preach the message of Adonis to you, and I speak in very like extremes, black and whites. And sometimes I don't speak enough about the realistic parts of self-improvement, which of course are those days where like you just forget to meditate for like 4 days in a row. It's when you go AFK, like your brain's just not even turned on, and you just grab your phone and you ended up spending an hour just looking at YouTube reels. It happens to me. But what happens after that is the most important part. So we're gonna mess up, we're gonna make mistakes, we're gonna have failures. What happens after that? The way that we process those failures, the way that we process those setbacks, that's so important. It's so important right now. If you just take a couple of seconds to think, okay, think about the last like failure you had, the last setback you had, the last time that you missed some like habits from the habit tracker, you felt like you weren't being so productive. How did your brain react to that? What were the words that you were saying? Really ask yourself, okay, what were the words that my brain was saying to me about that thing, like the time like I missed the gym for 3 days straight, or the time where I didn't meditate? How did you react? What did you say to yourself? Really be honest, and I'm gonna try and be honest too. What has it been for me? Maybe meditation for me. There was a couple of days here in Thailand that I didn't meditate in the morning time. And in fact, my brain was actually pretty positive towards that. I've already sort of ingrained this mindset of like, yep, this is for life. So, if you miss it for a couple of days, it's not the best thing ever, but come on, I know that I'm on it for life. So it's very insignificant in the grand scheme of things. And that really helped me get back on track because I wasn't hard on myself. Were you hard on yourself the last time that you messed up? I think setting high standards for yourself is incredibly important. But I think when you do go through setbacks and failures, I think that's when it's important to be very positive and loving to yourself. Because the truth is, like, the words that you say in your brain, the attitude that you have about yourself, honestly dictates like 90% of your life. Truly, like 90% of your experiences literally just come down to the words that you are saying in your brain. That's extremely profound. Your experience of life is largely just based up on the words that you say in your brain, the attitudes that you hold, the beliefs that you have. Why don't we just take advantage of that and think of beneficial things and hold beliefs that are beneficial to us. Along with this mindset, this like reframing of this situation that you kind of went off all the habits, but now you're going to be thinking to yourself that nope, I'm on self-improvement for life, so what's just happened is quite insignificant. Let's get back on track. I was always on this journey. I didn't just fall off self-improvement. That's part of the progress. Life has these ebbs and flows. Having that mentality is really good. But let's talk specifically about the practical things that you can implement to get back into the flow of your normal routine. By far the fastest way to get back onto like checking all the habits in the habit tracker, feeling like you're back on the routine. You're not going to like this idea because it's going to reduce your ego. It's literally progressive deload. So in the gym, in weightlifting, we have this term which is progressively overloading, and that kind of means that you use more weight than you did last time. So you just start here, next week you do this much, next week you do this much. You kind of level it up as time goes on. What we need to do is essentially just think to ourselves that our progressive overload has been reset. So we've just deloaded. So previously you might have been doing like 20 minutes of meditation every single morning. That's amazing. But then you've missed it for like a week straight and you can't even imagine like, oh, that's going to take so long. It's going to be so boring. I don't want to, right? You need to now just think to yourself, okay, well, let's do 3 minutes tomorrow because 3 minutes is better than 0. And I did 0 tomorrow. So that's still progressive overload. Now, this is where your ego, your big fat brain is going to pipe up and say, but no, because I used to do 20 minutes, so 3 minutes won't cut it and it's not going to be good enough. And this is why we just talked about the power of like belief and attitude, the words that you say about yourself. You need to hear some advice like this. Okay, progressively deload it. Let's start again from like 3 minutes of meditation a day instead of 20. And actually just think like, yep, I can do that. Let's do that right now. Why wait till tomorrow? Let's do it right now. Oh, like I've missed a bunch of days from the gym. Well, let's start with 50 push-ups right now. The idea is that we're not trying to make progress. We're not trying to make gains by just doing 50 push-ups or by just doing 3 minutes of meditation. But it's gonna get the ball rolling for us to have that momentum again. Because momentum really is like the drug, the steroid for self-improvement. It's so hard and there's so much friction to get started. But when you're in the flow of things, when you've been to the gym 20 times in the last month, going for the 21st workout, is nothing. It's not special. It's like, yep, I can do that, no problem. I already know where the gym is. I know what time I'm going to go. I know what meals I'm going to eat beforehand. You already know. But going for the first workout of your life, there's a huge amount of friction for that. So we just need to get the ball rolling. We need to get you into a state of momentum again. Start small and acquire those small victories and just have that mindset, because it's going to be so easy for you to just say like, nope, it's not going to help me because I used to do 20 minutes of meditation and now Hamza's saying to do 3. Well, that's a big decrease, so it's not going to help. So I know I'll do 1 hour instead. Yeah, it's so like saying that just then, like, oh, I'll do 1 hour of meditation instead. I just got like a flashback from the days where I used to binge eat, and binge eating is somewhat of like a medical condition. And a lot of people think they have it just because like they overeat some snacks. It's like a full-on thing that you have because of like trauma or mental health problems and everything. And it's kind of like when you'll eat till you literally are sick and then you'll continue eating. So a lot of people think they've got binge eating because they ate an entire bag of crisps. Ooh, this is not that. This is like full-on. You eat because you're traumatized, because you need a feeling of comfort. And so you eat the bag of crisps and then you eat another one and another one and another one and there's none left. Then you eat every little bit of snack that's in the house, any bit of sugar or fat that's in the house. It's a big problem. And I'm very proud and grateful that I was able to overcome it. But yeah, like I used to have this mindset where I felt like, I stopped making progress. I fell off like the progress I had made because I had like relapsed again. I binged again. And there was like, I always had that voice in my mind like, oh, well, just do more tomorrow. Like, eat less tomorrow or exercise more tomorrow. I'll do 2 hours of cardio tomorrow. Oh, what would be good? I'll eat nothing but just whey protein tomorrow, whey protein shakes, because I've overate by 5,000 calories today. When the task that you've set is too big as like a punishment, as is for a lot of people in this situation where you feel like you've fallen off self-improvement. So I'm gonna triple my usual amount. I'm gonna work out for 2 hours tomorrow. I'm gonna meditate for an hour tomorrow, to kind of feel like, oh well, if I do that, then I'll feel like I've catched up what I missed out on. Then you just don't end up doing it again, because when it comes to tomorrow and you promised yourself that you were gonna do 1 hour, and you really now you're like ready to do the hour and you're thinking, okay, what the fuck, I'm not meditating for an hour, that's long as hell, bro. Then you don't do it, then you feel worse and worse and worse and worse. I remember there was a very important sentence that I journaled once in like one of the first journals I ever had, where I kind of said like, I have to stop setting up my future self to do more work because I wanted pleasure today. Stop this mindset of like, let me enjoy today and I'll work harder tomorrow. Work hard today and enjoy tomorrow. Stop this like, oh, let me eat way more today and I'll eat less tomorrow. No, eat less today so you can eat more tomorrow. Always prioritize your future self. And I think it's so easy to like get into this situation where you just weren't really being productive. You've fallen back on your habits. You started playing video games, started jacking off, all the bad habits start creeping up because of this mindset of like, oh, well, like I'll just do the good stuff tomorrow. No. Just keep that phrase in mind. Prioritize your future self. Make life easier for him instead of harder. And the best way to do that is to start today. Start small. Get momentum again. Start with the 3-minute meditation session. Start with the 20 push-ups. Start with 1 sentence journaled about gratitude. Start today. Tick all those boxes easy. Then tomorrow, let's tick them, but like slightly increase it. Let's write 2 sentences of gratitude. Let's meditate for 5 minutes. The day after that, let's slightly increase it. Let's meditate for 6 minutes, 7 minutes. Let's write 3 things about gratitude. Let's do 50 push-ups. 3 days after that, let's keep increasing it. Let's now do 10 minutes of meditation. Let's go to the gym and do a 20-minute, 30-minute workout. Let's journal an entire page of gratitude. Well, congratulations. You're at like a very, very good level. Let's keep increasing it. And what do you think's gonna happen? You're gonna get to the fantastic level where you're doing the full workout. You're doing the 20-minute meditation session. You're journaling so much introspective stuff. Fantastic. You're at this amazing place, and then life is gonna hit you again, and it's all gonna reset. So then what are you gonna do? Again, you've just been through this process. Should we be hard on ourselves? Should we bully ourselves? Should we say horrible shit about ourselves in our brain? Should we set up more work for our future selves and think, oh well, I've fallen off. So what I'll do is I'll try to maximize the enjoyment. I'll eat so much junk food today. I won't meditate for a week straight. That's really gonna help. Oh, I'll play video games all day and I'll jack off 6 times instead of just 1 because I may as well maximize the pleasure. No, we know how it works now. We've been reset again. So we start by deloading the progressive overload, starting from the bottom, 3 minutes of meditation, 1 sentence journal, 20 push-ups, and back up again. I hope that helps you. You can subscribe to our channel if you want to. Welcome to the cult. Do the hard work, especially when you don't feel like it. Mwah.